Good morning, or whenever you're watching this. Stephen D here, and today's subject: rising. What's rising in America? Um, well, if you listen to the news, what's rising is all the investigations about Russia, or all the terrible things that Russia is doing or North Korea is doing. But let's look at what's really on the rise in America. Medical bankruptcies, still the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. Heaviest burden on Americans right now, medical debt. Um, it's not me talking, that's the statistics. Guess what else is rising? Going right up, shooting through the roof. Alcohol use. Alcohol use has been the biggest growth substance abuse issue in America for some time. And yet, who's talking about it? You know, they have like 90,000 people die every year from alcohol, induced overdoses or whatever. That's more than triple the amount of all drug overdoses of all other kinds. Triple. We talk about having an opioid, epidemic. Well, we had an alcoholic epidemic. And just in case you think it's those old white men and, Trump supporters that are primarily doing this, no. The largest growth in alcohol abuse is among women. Double digits compared to single digits for men. Men are around 5%, women are around 18% more. This is according to the Centers for Disease Control. And guess what? Most of the worst alcohol abuse, the binge drinking, the continual excessive use of alcohol, poor people. What a shock, huh? We go to all this trouble to throw people in jail for using marijuana, a substance that I don't even think you can overdose on, to be honest with you. Maybe you can, I don't know, maybe you stuffed yourself, full of about ate a half ton of marijuana, you might die from, obstruction of the bowel or something. But no, alcohol. That's on the rise in America. This is how we're making America great again. The American Care Act was supposed to take care of this situation for medical bankruptcies. Our booming economy, so-called, with this, another high-rising stock market, was supposed to take care of issues like poverty. Hasn't. Because all that money is going to who? Not to me, not to you. It's going to people and corporations that own those stocks, that treat the stock market as their own little casino. No. And finally, one last thing that's rising, and this is probably one of the most disturbing ones of all. Climate change, global warming. Everybody kind of ignores it. But last month was the highest month ever in an El Nino year. A year in which, because El Nino, as we all know, this storm or oscillation pattern in the Pacific always results in warmer temperatures throughout the globe. We've always had our highest, warmest years during an El Nino year. Well, this last month was the highest on record for a month that was not in an El Nino year. The average temperature was a full degree Celsius. That's almost 2 degrees Fahrenheit higher than a normal March, or an average March, based on the average between, I think, 1980 and today. That's without El Nino increasing the odds of high temperatures. And yet, what is our media doing about all these, horrific rising stories and, threats to ordinary Americans, threats to, our health, threats to our financial resources, threats to the world? They're consumed by BS. What are our politicians doing? They're consumed by BS too. Whether it's the Republican Party, which has always been the party of BS, or the Democratic Party, which seems to be right now doing its best to try to get Bernie Sanders to bring people back into its fold, while at the same time slamming him and criticizing his supporters. So, anybody talking about that other than the people who are being affected by it? No. Major media is ignoring that too. In fact, they just as soon ignore anything that has to do with progressive policies, sustainability of the earth, better, a better economic system that works for more people, a healthcare system that doesn't eat up, nearly 20% of our gross domestic product. Yeah, they'd rather talk about anything than those subjects. And that includes, of course, global warming. So, that's my Friday Rising for you. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. Stephen D. signing off.